Hello and welcome to my playthrough of the Dunwich Legacy. And today we're going to start this playthrough with Jacqueline, Fine, and Nathaniel. And I did talk a bit about the decks in the last video, but basically Jacqueline is going to be a cluer and be a monster slayer. And let's start out by reading the prologue for this campaign. So it says, prologue. Dr. Henry Armitage pours himself a glass of Pinot and sits down at his desk, gesturing for you to sit across from him. I apologize for the short notice, he begins. His face is pale, his forehead sweaty and wrinkled with worry. Armitage, the head librarian of the Miskatonic University and a former mentor of yours, privately contacted you in the hopes of gaining your assistance. Eager to help, you made your way to his home in Southside. Upon entering, you were surprised to find his home in disarray. Books and notes litter his desk, and an empty bottle of wine has tipped over onto the ground by the fireplace. You'd always known Armitage to be neat and well organized. The elderly man takes a moment to collect his thoughts. I am looking for two of my colleagues, Dr. Francis Morgan, Professor of Archaeology, and Warren Rice, Professor of Languages. Warren was supposed to meet me with supper earlier today and discuss several important findings, but has since gone missing. At first I thought nothing of it, but I have a nagging feeling something else is going on. A very familiar feeling. You've never seen Armitage quite this worried before. His hands trembled as he reaches for the glass on his desk, and he sips from it nervously. I tried to find Francis, hoping he knew where Warren was, but he too is out of touch. Francis has been spending a lot of time in some gambling den, or so I'm told. I sent for you because I'm worried Warren might be in trouble. I would appreciate it greatly if you could find him, and you may also wish to ask Francis for help if you can reach him. And now we are asked to make a choice to either go to the university to look for Rice, or go to the gambling club and look for Morgan. And I think we're going to go to the gambling club first. In this case. So let's go to the house always wins. And before we do anything else, we'll just set up our hands. So let's draw 5 cards for Jacqueline. So I don't want this. I did play a bit around with it. I'm still using it as a deck right now, but I think I'm going to remove this. Let's also remove the guards. I think this is this is at least fine for finding clues. We got a special card, so we can do her psychic thing 2 times, and we have all her things, and we have a little victory point waiting for us here. So that's great. We'll do that. And for Nathaniel, let's see. The weakness can go. This can go too. Okay, now I'm a bit sad that I actually got my ally here. I was going to look for the boxing gloves. Okay, then let's go to the scenario setup. The house always wins. Dr. Armitage suggested you track down his associate, Dr. Francis Morgan. He's not sure whether Morgan is in trouble, but he's not particularly happy with his colleague's present choice of company. He's in the Clover Club, a notorious gambling giant somewhere downtown. Finding the club's exact location isn't easy. You have to grease a few palms just to learn which of the downtown restaurants operates as the club's front. The restaurant is La Bella Luna, a somewhat upscale Italian eatery by the theater. You change into your Sunday best and make your way there. In front of La Bella Luna stands a man in a pinstripe suit who seizes you up as you approach. Enjoy yourself, he says with a snake-like grin as he holds open the restaurant door. And we have to pick up all the cards, which is done for us. And there's cards that's set aside. Yeah, so this one doesn't have that much setup. We start at the front at La Bella Luna. It was a multi-purpose establishment. So you can resign, and it's shot 2, and there's 2 clues on it. And let's take a look at the agenda, who says that you have entered the club, the Clover Club casino in search of Dr. The club is bustling at this late hour, filled with patrons looking to relax, drink, and make it big. You don't appear to be in much danger. And as long as we have this, all the criminals are aloof, which means that they will just hover around us and not engage us. And we have to engage them to deal damage to them. And this will advance if we hit them, or it has a threshold of 4. And we need to find Dr. Morgan. The club is packed. Perhaps somebody know where he is. We can do a thing with cheating. I don't think we're going to do that. And then we have to spend 8. As soon as we have 8 clues, we have to spend them and proceed. So what are we going to do? I think we're going to start out by playing Rite of Seeking. And we need some resources. So let's get a resource, and let's do investigation using this. So we use our head, which is 5 against 2, and I'm going to use Jacqueline's ability. So we draw 3 and cancel 2 of them. Yeah, we'll just cancel these 2. So it's 4 to 2. So we succeed, and this spell will make you take 2 clues instead of 1. So that's dealt with. So we took a resource too. And for Nathaniel, we need to spend, I think we're just going to spend 5 resources. We'll play the boxing gloves. We'll play the physical training. And then we'll grab a card, I think. That's good. Then it's the monster phase. So this bit pass is going to is spawned here when the game begins. And here's Hunter, and his prey is the one with the highest book, which would be Jacqueline. But right now it doesn't matter because he's aloof, so he's just going to come up here and look at us. And he's going to stop us from getting clues when he's at a location. And we're probably going to murder him at the first chance we can. So, with that done, we'll press upkeep. And upkeep. It's an okay setup. We're probably going to need some money now, so... I think we're going to take Nathaniel down to the lounge. You can see there's all these very nice, comfortable chairs and very nice mahogany tables. And it seems like a real nice place. And here we can discard an ally asset from our hand to gain 2 clues. And I think we might do it, because we want to get this done as fast as possible. So Randall. There isn't that much that deals a lot of horror damage in this scenario, I think. So Randall, my dear brother, you're going to the discard pile. And I'm going to get 2 clues. So I like to look at it as Randall is going to wheel around here and find some clues for us. So that's 2 actions. And then I think we're going to go down to the club card room. And we'll talk about what we can do down here afterwards, because we can't do much more. And Jacqueline, 1, 2. Then we're going to take this action. I think we have enough resources. Yeah, we'll spend 2 resources. Reveal a token. And then depending on what it is, we'll get some stuff. And we really want it not to be one of the symbols. And we'll spend her power. And draw these, and then we'll cancel this and this. Which means we drew an elder sign, so we gain 2 clues and 2 resources. And I didn't pay for it, so it's just going to be there. Which leave us at 6 clues already. And basically, at this point, this scenario with Jacqueline, it becomes a bit trivial dealing with this because care. She just points to her head and sees everything. This guy is going to come down here. We'll do our upkeep. That's okay. So we get some guards for buffing our head skill and the dodge to dodge attacks. We should have added a doom here, and now we'll add a doom more. And we'll draw I didn't remember shop this. We'll draw a bad card. Which is Twist of Fate. So we have to draw a token and see what kind of symbol it is. And I really want to use her ability for looking at well, we can just play this and do it, right? I think I'm just going to chance it. Oh, and we forgot, she has 2 arcane research, so she starts with 2 mental trauma. We have to remember that. Let's just pull 1. It's a 0. I don't know if the game considers 0 a positive number. So I'm going to just think that that's what people normally consider it to be. It's a bit more complicated than that. So nothing happens. And a bad card here. Hunted down. If there are no unengaged criminals enemies in play, but there is. This is a bit annoying. Because now he's coming down to us. So he'll come down here. But since he is aloof, he won't engage us. So that's how it goes. It's just going to be annoying because I think we're going to take a hit to the face because of this. Because Jacqueline can't get the clues while this guy is here. And if we do this, he's going to hit us and we'll take 2 damage. And we'll take 4 damage. We could also just, because if we attack him now, it's really, we're going to lose two turns because this will flip. But we are also ready to do the stuff that needs to be done down here. So let's be risky. Let's say that we're just going to beat this guy up. So we use 1 action to engage him. Then we'll do but I don't think it's the best idea ever. I think it's a really bad idea. Yeah, let's not do it. Let's just walk up here and then grab a card and grab a card. That puts us at 7 cards. And with Jacqueline, we're also just going to walk up here, spend 3 resources on playing Arbiters of Fate, a special card, so we can use her ability twice. And then, since we are wasting a bit of time, why not just play Delve Too Deep and take one of these? It gains search. We get some rats. And this goes to the victory display. Then it's the enemy phase. And I think as the rats here are going to attack Jacqueline. So let's just see the correct enemy phase. Hunter moves, player window. And we sort of resolve things. Okay. So he moves up here. And we resolve this attack against Jacqueline. And when Jacqueline would get attacked, we are playing Heroic Rescue. For 1. Which means that this one is going to attack Nathaniel instead. And it will deal 1 damage back. And we don't need to flip his power, even though it's every phase. So, the rats are dealt with. Let's do the upkeep. Okay, they're going to spawn the furthest away from us. Let's put them down here, so Nathaniel has something to do in the next turn. Also, when Nathaniel beat up the rat, we should have used this. But it's too late now, because you have to remember. Try not to cheat too much. Well, it's spawned there. And here we get an ally, which is nice. And the enemy phase is done, so this is not going to add anything. Let's add a Doom. Let's draw a card. These Banyan thugs, they can stay here. They are aloof still. And rats. So Daniel is probably going to do something like hit, move, hit. And deal with this. This is also aloof, which is annoying. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. Okay. So it's our turn. So Jacqueline is going to move down here. She's going to gain a resource. And she's going to play at the table. And she is not going to be victorious, is she? What did we need? An even number. So we can cancel this guy. And then we have an even number where you get 2 clues and a number where nothing happens. And as far as I read up, this is how it works when you're doing this. That when you leave 2, it's going to trigger both. Which means that we have 8 clues. This is going to trigger. We have to put. It says after speaking to a number of gamblers and servers, it seems as though Dr. Morgan has had quite a run lately. Instead of cashing out his winnings, he was convinced to double down. He was last seen at the Guild Hall near the back of the card room. So we have to spawn the Darkened Hall. It is here. And we also have to discard until we find a criminal. And after this, it says Dr. Morgan is somewhere in the private section of the club where only the VIPs and the club's managers are allowed. If you have to find him, you're going to have to sneak or even fight your way there. We have to find the VIP area and spend 4 clues here. So let's see. Let's see if we can find a criminal here. An O'Banion tag. So I spawn him there. And then I think we are going to just take some of this. No, he's cost too much. So let's beat up the rats. 5, 7, 6 to 1. So it's only the auto fail. That's fine. And let's just use them to look at the top 6 cards. Let's grab a heroic rescue. It might be relevant. That's one action. We'll move down here. That's 2 actions. And how much damage does he deal? 1 of each. Yeah, we'll just engage him as the third. Then he will attack us. We'll play counterpunch after he hits us. And we take the damage, and then we hit him back. 6 to 2, so it's only the auto fail. We even get a star. And it says that if this is successful during an attack, return an event from your discard pile. I don't really want to return that. So sadly, it's not of that much use. We're going to use this to deal 2 damage instead of 1 and send it to the discard pile. Without getting any curse tokens. Then this guy is going to be down here. We're going to have to fight him now, which is okay now that he's here. That's fine. We'll do our upkeep. That's some fighting for her if she needs it. And some clues for us if we have an enemy. How many cards? 8. Okay. Let's add the Doom. This will trigger. Your questioning has drawn the attention from several men, hired thugs by the look of them. Francis doesn't want to be bothered, one of them says. We suggest you leave the premises before we force you to leave. We have to shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Done. And we haven't played extracurricular activities yet, so we'll just proceed to this, which gives us 3 more turns. That's the wrong one, but down you go. This resets. He is no longer aloof. He will engage Jacqueline because she's the one with the highest book. Since she's a hunter, and we're both in this area. Doesn't matter. We are going to deal with him. We'll get our card. Rats. We'll get our card. Draw a token. It's a -1. Take a damage. It's very, yeah. Because it's numbers are damage and symbols are horror. That's fine. So now we just have to deal with this. Can we deal with him in 1 hit? I don't think we can. We can deal with him in 2 hits. I think we need to use a few resources too. So let's see. Let's use clean them out to hit him once. When this action begins, we gain 2 resources. We are at 6 to 4, and I think we're going to 7 by spending a resource and using physical training. And that was good because that was what we needed to be at 7. We hit him. We'll tap our power and deal him 2 damage. This is out. We spend an action. For the second action, we'll play Monster Slayer. We'll do the same thing. Spend a resource. And we get an elder sign, which means I think we're going to take the counter punch back. It's always useful. So we hit him. And we deal him 1 extra damage, which leaves it at 4. So he's done. We'll throw him to the victory display. Up there. We'll tap. No, we don't. We have too many things. So as the last one, let's play this guard deck to tank some damage. Actually, maybe we should kill the rats. How much do they have? He has 2 fight. Yeah, that's probably the correct thing. I didn't use the resource anyway. Let's grab the rats. Oh, let's attack the rats. Sorry. -4, so it's 5. It's 1-1. That should be enough. And they are gone. And for Jacqueline, she's going to play Shriveling. For 3. We had 3 resources. That's 1 action. Then she'll go down here. And this Thark will say, whoa, what a lonely gal is doing here. And engage her. We'll fight him with Shriveling for the last action. It's 5 to 4. We're adding a god, so it's 7 to 4. And we'll use this. So we'll pull out 3 tokens. And we'll just use the +1. And Shriveling uses head, like the other way around too with investigation, and deals 1 extra damage. So he'll take 2 damages and we'll banish him. So that was well done. We dealt with a problem. We'll upkeep and upkeep. We're still at 8. Well. And also, I forgot when we walked down here, we had to set these places into search. We have to put these into play. And let's shuffle. So each of these are connected to the Darkened Hall. We did our upkeep, so it will be Doom. It will be an encounter card. So I think we can use this. I'll just pick the -1 and take a damage. And over here, the same one again. That's a damage. We're going to have to play an ally now to tank some of it, but he has 9 lives, so he's tough. He can handle it. So I think we have to do it like this. I don't know if we need these. No, we don't. Right with you. I think Nathaniel is going to take 1 action to go down here. 2 actions to examine this place. So it's the art gallery, and if you fail a test here, you lose 2 resources. And then he'll just spend 3 resources on playing the guard dog. And Jacqueline will just go here to him. We'll use we'll use a right of seeking, so we are 5 to 2, and we'll use this, and we'll just grab the 0, which is enough to grab 2 clues, like that. And let's just go back to this place with last action. So move, investigate, move, and we ensure that we get 1 victory point from there. And he's also used his. And he doesn't have anything to do, so he's just going to stand there. Let's upkeep. And upkeep, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. We'll put it in. We are going to 3 this time, so we still have 1 turn. We have to place 1 doom on a criminal and at our location. If none are placed, we'll use 2 resources. It's okay because we got what we need. So, and here we draw a mobster, and we're just going to hit him in the face, I think. The good old way. So yeah, let's start by having Jacqueline go over here. It's the VIP area. Let's use her power and investigate. And draw 3 tokens. Oh, this one isn't drawn. We'll just pick the 0 and grab 2 clues from here. So there's 2 actions. And then we'll just spend these to see if it's the right one. Yeah, there's 2 of these, and we don't need this. So you find Dr. Morgan gambling in one of the VIP rooms, but he appears to be playing cards with 2 unconscious bodies. His pupils dilated as though in trance. He can't seem to stop laughing, smiling, and chatting with the other players. And we have to put him into play in the VIP area, and we proceed to 3A, which is all in. With or without Dr. Morgan, you have to get out of here fast. And while it's not controlled, we can make parlay test with head. And every time we succeed, we place a clue on him, and we have 2 clues, we can grab him. And we have to resign now. He's here. Yep. So he's here. We have 1 action left. So let's try to get a clue on him. So it will be 5. 5 to 3. 5 to 3. So let's use this. And let's cancel this, because then we can draw a card and use the 0 and cancel this. So that's 1 clue on him. How much damage does his deal? 1. And we lose 1 resource when we walk. Do we still have a money card? No. But I don't want to be slow. So Nathaniel is going to go over here. He's going to attack us, dealing 1 damage to our guard dog. We'll deal 1 damage back. We'll lose a resource. And then we'll walk down here. We'll lose a resource. And 2 damage. And then he'll die. So don't kick the dog. I don't need card draws. Actually, have too much. So that's 2 moves. So let's just get a resource back in case we get a monster we can use. We have to flip this as the back alley. There's 2 clues on it, and there's a victory point. So let's see what's going on. There are no mobsters to move around, so upkeep. And upkeep, and we'll have to discard a card. We could use this for getting a clue now. Yeah, let's just discard this. This ticks to 3. You hear a crash from somewhere outside and screams of pain in the lounge. A terrible monstrosity smashes through the entrance to the club, crushing the stairwells and knocking over gangsters and patrons alike. So we have to grab some stuff from here. We have to grab this deck. And we have to grab this deck. And these encounter cards have to be shuffled in here. Is it also the... Yeah, the discard piles will also be. And one of these will spawn at the lounge. So this will spawn at the lounge. And this is removed from the game. There's no way back. And now we have 7 turns. I know one of these had victory points, and I was kind of hoping that it would be that. Then we draw bad cards, a mobster. We can't play events or assets. So Jacqueline is going to hit the mobster. We'll use this 5 to 3. How many cards do we have? We have 7. So let's just hit him with this, and he will die for 1 action. Then we'll try to do the book test. We'll add this in, so we're at 7 to 3, and we'll succeed. Did I have more there? We'll draw a card from that. We have 2 clues on him, so now we're going to be taking control of him. Like this. And then we'll take a step over here. Nathaniel is just going to do some tests here. Actually, I think he can deal with it all. Let's use 2 resources to play Scene of the Crime. So we discover 1 clue at a location. We can only do it as the first action, and 2 if there's a monster, but there is no monster. That's 1 action. Then let's try to get the second clue and throw in. Let's just. Oh, we can't play this. So this is our first test. -1, 1 to 1. That's enough to get that clue. Second one, -4. Third one, 0. So that's actually enough to get these clues. That's 5 victory points. So at the start of the enemy phase, this one will eat all the criminals, and it will hunt down towards us. We'll have a doom on here, and before that we did upkeep. This one should be discarded. 8 cards. And we have to discard something. Let's discard. Let's discard this. We didn't play that card. And bad cards. Test your head. For each you fail, you will take horror. So it's a 0, so 5 to 3. And Servant of the Lurker. And I'm, this makes me incredibly happy, because this is the other enemy that gives us victory points, and we want those victory points. We need them badly, because this campaign is not really kind with dealing out victory points. So let's deal with this. It has 5 lives, which means that it's basically dead already. So let's just start by having Jacqueline coming down here. Using a shriveling. Let's just add. So how much is it's 5? It's 4. So let's just add a promise of power in. We have to add the curse in the pack. Did it add a curse to the back? That's a bless. Like that. Okay. So we're at 9 to 4. And minus 2, that's good enough. So that's 2 damage. Should have used the power 2. So let's move, attack. And can we kill it with... We can kill it with 1 hit now. So Jacqueline is going to resign. As the last action. And over here, we are going to play Clean Them Out. We're going to add a Vicious Blow. So now we're at 6 to 4. And I think we're going to use this. We have 10, total of 10 left. Because we have like, we have 15 and all, yeah. And when you have 10 or more, you gain +3 hands from this. So that will bring us into the only, it's only the auto fail that fails. And it's dealing 1 damage from this, and then we hit it. We'll tap this to deal this 5 damage. And we'll throw it into the victory display. And be quite happy about that. And resign. So, with this done, we'll go up here, and it says you escape the club doing your best to look inconspicuous as several cars pull up near the street. A handful of grim-faced men and women exit, running towards the restaurant entrance to take control of the situation. One of them catches your eye, his hand on the grip of his 38, but thankfully he turns his attention back to the rest of his crew and follows them into the club. You breathe a sigh of relief, and then we have to go to resolution 2 because we have Francis with us. And in resolution 2 says, when in the world, Dr. Morgan finally breaks out of his daze as you make your way to safety. You ask him what he remembers, and he sputters and shakes his head. It's all a haze. He explains, visibly exhausted. I was having the run of my life. Perhaps I was having one too many shots. But those creatures, I haven't seen anything like that since. He trails off, and you can tell that his mind is racing. His eyes widen with realization, and his face pales. I may not be in the best shape, but I'll help you with your investigation, whatever it takes. And we have to record that the O'Banion gang has a bone to pick with the investigators. And I'm going to keep all this information in an app, because it's a bit hard to carry over from game to game because of save games. We also get Francis, and he's going into Nathaniel's deck because he's quite a good for. You get +1 fight. He's good for them. We didn't cheat, so we don't get anything bad from that. And then we earn an experience point for each victory point in the display, which is blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we gain 6 experience points. And then we are proceeding to extracurricular activity next. So I'll see you for the next scenario. Have a nice day.